Hey, my name is Ben Selstrom, and I'm just going to show you really fast how I roast coffee in my air popcorn popper. So, I've got my cup measure right here in my green coffee. This is coffee from Dali, China, because I visited my in-laws over there, and was able to bring some home with me. So that's the coffee I use. I do about 1/3 of a cup at a time, but it's kind of based on whatever the manufacturer recommendation is for your particular air popcorn popper. So we are outside because it produces some smoke, and so we want to be somewhere where the smoke is not going to mess anything up. So I've already added 1/3 of a cup into here. So this is the type that blows the air from the bottom. I think the type that blows air in from the sides and makes the beans rotate is actually a little bit better, but this is what I have. So I've made myself a little piece of screen here, which is kind of a rigid piece that I just set right there while I do the roasting so that the beans don't pop out. So I'm going to go like this and plug it in right now. Pop up. So if you don't have that cover on there, it will go flying, which you don't want to do. So this time we're going for kind of a dark French roast. It's not real scientific, but I've just made 2 other batches over here. This is the first batch I made, and this is a little bit more of a dark roast. And then this one right here is a little bit lighter. Here, if I back up, you can see both of them at the same time. Maybe. You can kind of see that this one is a little bit lighter. Anyway, so we're going for one that's even a shade darker than this one, which is more of like a French roast or a Starbucks roast. So that's what they start out like. That's what they end up like. So back over here, you can see we're starting to get the chaff pulling off the outside of the coffee. Here's the chaff already. On the outside of each one of these beans there's a little skin that will peel off during the roasting process, and that's the chaff. So since with the setup I've got, the chaff kind of gets caught in this top screen thing. So every once in a while I will come up here and blow on it to get rid of that chaff a little bit. So closer. It doesn't take very long to complete the roast. I'm just going to let this be a seamless video so you can see exactly how long it takes. Right now we're at about 3 minutes. And this is my brother Ruben.
Hi.
What do you know, Ruben?
A lot of stuff that I'm not going to tell you.
No, it's a secret. Well, you have a couple minutes if you want to say something to YouTube.
Ben's really good at roasting coffee.
This is my 3rd time roasting coffee. I have not been roasting this a long time, so it's kind of a learning process. Alright, we're gonna... Okay, Ruben, can you hold this? Yep. Now I want you to go closer. We're going to kind of look at the color of the beans right here. We can kind of get some of them to pop out. And it's kind of we're at about the color of the light roast that we stopped at last time. So, hopefully here, we're starting to get to the 2nd crack, I think. This is not scientific at all. Let it go a little bit longer. So, after a few minutes, it'll do the first crack, which is kind of like a slow popping noise, and it's not too loud. And then once it gets to the point where it's past the first crack, it'll begin to do a more violent, more frequent cracking, which is kind of what it's starting to do right now. So we're we're getting closer to it. I think that we might have just gotten past the first crack. Come over from this angle, from behind me. And then kind of look right there. So we're getting kind of pretty dark here now. Not quite dark enough for a dark roast. There, now you can hear that it's cracking really frequently.
Yep.
That is the second crack that we are now reaching. So now within a matter of seconds we're going to be taking this out. Because the coffee will actually continue to roast a little bit after you take them out of the thing because they're so hot. They will continue to roast. So you want to take them out at a color slightly before. Yeah, you can hear it really popping now. There's a second crack. And another 10 seconds and we're going to call this batch good. 9, 8, 3, 2, 1. Okay, unplug. Now you want to get it out of the popcorn popper as quickly as possible. You can see how this stuff is smoking. And the beans are actually a little bit shiny, and that is because when it gets this hot, all the moisture is gone. It starts to draw actual oil out of the beans, and so they are shiny already, which means we have a very dark roast. This is the type of coffee my dad likes. So with a very light roast like this one, you're going to have more caffeine content. It actually has more caffeine in it the later the roast. And then we have kind of a medium roast, kind of in between. And if you like Starbucks and things like that, you're looking at more of a dark roast. And they're all very good coffees, but for different people. The biggest thing, I want to see if I can. Yeah, so that is one dark roast. This is a very dark roast. So, without further ado, this has been Ruben and Ben showing you how to roast your own coffee in your own amazing air popcorn popper. I got this one out of a house that was full of garbage that I had to unload, and so I'm using it. And you can pick up an air popcorn popper way cheaper than you can pick up like a actual coffee roasting machine. So I highly recommend it. Please like this video if you like coffee. Bye.